Hello guys, welcome back to Code with Clinton. In this video, I'm going to show you how to switch from Django's default SQL like 3 database to the PostgreSQL database. So now, first of all, you need to have Postgres installed on your computer. Simply visit postgresql.org to get it downloaded and installed on your computer. So we're on postgres.org right now. So click on the download button. Just do that as it is loading. Okay, now we can see now we have different operating systems on the screen. So pick the one that works on your machine. So for me, Windows works on my machine. Okay. Okay, now after I've done that, now you can see there's a link here, download the installer. So click on it. So it's downloading. Okay, that's nice. Now you can see we have different versions of Postgres. We have the one for the Windows 64-bit, 32-bit Windows, the Mac OS, the Linux 32-bit, and the Linux 64-bit. So pick the one that goes for your computer. For me, the 64-bit works fine. So just download. Click on the download button. So it's going to have the pop-up. The pop-up is coming very soon. Just be patient. Okay, here's the pop-up. Okay, I already have this file downloaded. So I'll simply go to where I have it downloaded. Here it is. So now I can install this file. So just double click it. Okay, it's gonna come up very soon. It's loading. Okay, now click yes. Okay, just be patient. Okay, so let's see what it has opened for us. Okay, now we have the Postgres setup open on our computer screen. So simply click on the next button. Okay, now you can see now we have these 4 checkboxes. Make sure they are all checked. Don't leave any of them unchecked. So as you're installing the Postgres database, you also be installing the pgAdmin. This pgAdmin is a platform that enables us to work on Postgres. It works on the browser. So make sure these checkboxes you see on the left hand side are all checked. So once click on next button, so you can see we already have, it says that we already have Postgres installed on my computer. But for you that don't have Postgres on your computer, just continue with this installation. As you keep going, you'll be asked to supply a password. Make sure you put in a password that you remember. Put in a simple password that you always remember. This password will be used to log into your pgAdmin whenever you open the pgAdmin. Don't forget your password. It will be used to log into the pgAdmin whenever you open it. You understand? I said the pgAdmin helps us, is a platform that enables us to use the Postgres database. After that, again, you also be given a port number which is 5432. A port number will be given to you. Leave it like that, don't change it. So just go through the installation process and you will have Postgres and pgAdmin installed on your computer. So now I'm going to go straight down and open my pgAdmin. So I'll simply cancel this. Okay, now let's open our pgAdmin. To get down to the Windows, the start button, rather, click on it. So it's coming up. Okay, you can see I have pgAdmin already on my stats on the stats bar, whatever it's called. So just click on the pgAdmin. So it's gonna come up right now. So it's loading. It's gonna take up some time for it to come up. You can see it's loading. Let's give it some time. Okay, Postgres, the pgAdmin is loading. It's trying to open. Okay, it's about to get launched. Okay, it's loading now. So it's gonna take some few seconds. It's gonna take some few seconds, and now it is open on our computer. As I said earlier, while installing Postgres, you'll be asked to put in a password, and I said you must not forget that password. So now I've been asked to put in my password, so I'm going to put in the password so that I can access the pgAdmin. As I said earlier, the pgAdmin is a platform that enables us to use the Postgres database. So I'm going to put in my password. So okay, that's it. Now I've been granted access to the pgAdmin. First of all, once you've come into the pgAdmin, you need to create a database. Just click on this servers, click on this small icon, just click on it. You can see it's loading. It's gonna take a few seconds to load. Just be kind of patient. Okay, now click on the PostgreSQL 13. Click on the small icon beside it. Okay, that's it now. So now you can see we have what you can see there's databases there. So right click on the databases and click on create database. So I'm going to create a new database for our Django project. So I'm going to call my own test. This is a test database. Okay, just leave the owner as Postgres because during your installation process, the default user was called Postgres. So leave it as Postgres. So now click on the save button. Okay, so it's going to take quite some time. Okay, it's trying to save this. Okay, we just created a new database called text. So let's go find the database. You can see it here. It is over here. Text. So now get down to your Django project, which is over here. Okay, here is my open the settings.py file. It's gonna take some time. Okay, so now we are in the settings.py. Just scroll down to where we have the databases. Scroll down to where we have databases, and we're going to change. We're going to switch from the SQL Lite 3 to the Postgres database. So just simple, just change this to remove the SQL Lite 3 we have there. So we're going to put in Postgres. Okay, we're going to put in Postgres QL underscore pxy cop g2. You understand? So we're going to put in this PostgreSQL underscore pxy cop g2. So now we're going to make sure we install this package pxy cop g2. So make sure this package pxy cop g2 is installed. So just come down to your terminal and put in pip install pxy cop g2 and enter. If you watch closely, it says requirements already satisfied. That means I have installed the package before. Okay, after I've done that, now you can see this name key here. Change the name to the name of our database we created earlier. So we're gonna call this text. The name of our database is called test. If you could remember, down from the pgAdmin, we called it tests. Okay, let's leave that for now and continue. So now I'm going to put in some other credentials. So I'll just simply copy and paste them here. Okay, now we have the user. This is the default user. During the installation of the Postgres database, there was a default user called Postgres during your installation. So just put in Postgres. And as I said earlier, while installing Postgres, you'll be asked to impute a password. So the password you imputed during installation, you have to put that password right here. Don't put database as a password. That's my own password. Make sure you impute the password you imputed during the installation of Postgres. So the host should be localhost and the port should be 5432. Those are the default settings. Understand? So just save your work and migrate to Postgres database. You need to migrate to the Postgres database. Just simply say Python manage.py migrate. Enter. You watch closely the you can see we are migrating down to Postgres database. That's good. So get down to the browser. Okay, you can see our database called text. So all you have to do now, just get down to schemas under text. Click on this small icon. Just click on it. Okay, you just scroll down a bit and find tables. Okay, you can see tables. Click on the small icon. Scroll down. You can see now we have our tables and the rows. You can see we have the blog app underscore comments, the blog app underscore post. So we need to create some items. We need to push some items to the database. Simply run Python manage.py. Okay, we just simply run server first. Python manage.py run server. So after you've run server, now we want to like create a super user so we can add items to our database. I'm going to say Python manage.py create super user. Create super user. Enter. I'm going to call this, let me say Clinton. I'm going to create a password. Okay. So run server again. Enter. So get onto the browser. I'm going to put in that port number 127/admin. So the password is the name is Clinton and the password is simply so login. So now we're going to add some posts. This is a blog post. The Django project we're working on is a blog post. So I'm going to add some posts now. Okay. Okay, you can see we have 0 posts. That means the app is empty. But before I proceed, I want to show you how the website looks like first. 127/blog. Enter. You can see it's kind of empty. We don't have any blog posts. That's because we don't have anything yet on the Postgres database. But now we are about to add some blog posts. You're gonna see how it's gonna look like in a short while now. Single post, just add post now. Okay, you can see we have the image, title, user, and so on. So I'm gonna simply browse the image from my computer. I'm gonna pick this image. So click open. So I'm gonna put a title, full stack web development. Okay, the user or this represent the author of the blog, the writer. So I'm going to copy the body of the blog from here. Go to C and paste in. So we can paste here. So we have the slug. As I type in the title, the slug auto prefills itself. So I'm going to simply save this. Okay, now we have it up in our admin. So get onto the browser to the blog. So refresh the page. You can see now we have a blog post on our page. So get down to pgAdmin and let's see this particular blog post in our database. So just scroll down. You can see where we have blog app underscore post. The blog app represents the name of our Django app, and the underscore post is the name of our model class in the models.py file. So right click on this blog app underscore post, right click on it. So click on view data, just and all rows. So I'm gonna show what I'm talking about. This is loading. You can see we have those items in our database. This is the image, the title, the body, the slug, and so on. The date created, date updated. You can see we have everything on the database. You understand? So now you can add more items through the admin panel. The items will be added to the Heroku database. So in this video, I just showed you how to switch from Django's default SQLite 3 database to the Postgres SQL database. Hope you really enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, please subscribe to my channel. Show me some love by sharing this video and smashing the like button for me. Thank you for watching. We'll meet in the next video.